COVID-19, why you do this to me? I really don't like being stuck in quarantine. I have no toilet paper, I don't even have a snack. Hey, coronavirus, I want my life back.
And we are live once again. Is this Sunday? It is Sunday. All right. I've got that straight. Weekends just are weird. Very, very weird. Hello and good evening and welcome. I am your cordial and very lovable host, Kevin Frankish, coming to you live from my evil lair here in Gotham City. Glad you could join me. If you are new to the program, this is Coping with Isolation, and we have been on the air pretty well every day since isolation began. We missed the first few days. But we are here to encourage, to support, to say hi to everyone, and we'll be getting to some of your comments in a little bit. The news is still cautiously optimistic, but at least it's not going the wrong way. So Ontario reporting this morning the lowest number of new cases and deaths as a result of COVID-19 in a single day since April the 13th. Cautious optimism. We want those numbers. We don't want to see big spikes up and big spikes down because it's just not dependable. So this is good. This is good. We are starting to flatten that curve. You are doing a good job. You are doing a great job. I keep saying that every night. I know. Sometimes it's hard, isn't it? It gets hard. I think we're about at halftime. So here we are. We're in the locker room. It's halftime. Everybody, grab your glass of wine, and let's try and encourage each other. It does seem to drag on, doesn't it? It's okay. It's all right. We're here for each other. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to put that on. Watching Stronger Together on TV. So I know there is that going on as well. Donna says hi, Kevin and Parker. Parker's here. Say hi.
Hello.
There you go. He has become a celebrity in his own right. So what we're going to do tonight is, you know what? After a week of just horrible technical difficulties, I am hoping that we finally get things back on track this morning, or this evening. I told you I'm going to keep saying that. We are going to take a look at some of the survival guides, the isolation guides that we have talked about over the last few weeks, because I realize a lot of you may be new to the program, may have missed these. It's also a good refresher. Every once in a while, we need a bit of encouragement to say, okay, all right, you keep telling me that we're doing good. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go over some things today and maybe into tomorrow. We're going to talk about getting you a better sleep, eating better, meditation. We are going to talk about what good a lot of people are doing as well. We need this bit of recharge every evening, don't we? We need this recharge every evening. Believe me, we're all in the same boat together. One of the things that was very popular was this daily plan. Laura May Martin is a Google efficiency expert with Google, and she talked to us from her North Carolina home earlier, and she came up with this daily plan. And one of the interesting things on it is the mindful moments and being grateful. So I asked her a lot about this daily plan, and I'm going to put a link to it. I'll be putting a link on during this. So watch the messages, because every one of you was asking for that daily plan. So let's talk a little bit with Laura May Martin.
I have a daily plan, which I included in my blog, and I think you'll share the link, but it's basically like a physical contract. Yeah. So I actually print it out and fill it out. And I say, what is my plan the next day? So a lot of productivity is lost in figuring out what to do. You know how it is when you have like 30 minutes in between a meeting or in between two meetings, you open your computer, you kind of look at some emails, you're like, what do I need to do? Looking around, now you only have 10 minutes, you never actually do anything. So you kind of want to think about setting your future self up for these spurts of work. So, okay, I know from 8 to 10 a.m., my daughter's napping. I'm going to do these 3 things that I need to do. Then I know at lunchtime I have this. Then I'm thinking, okay, all of my California stuff doesn't need to be done till later. So I'm going to work 1 hour after she goes to bed, and I'm going to work on all my Pacific stuff. So when those time periods come up when you can work, you're not thinking, what should I do? You already have an hour by hour plan that you can go look at and say, these are the things I need to accomplish. So doing that the day before makes such a huge difference versus thinking of it the day of.
Now, you have something up here in the top right that doesn't seem to belong on a daily plan. Today, I'm grateful for blank. Why is that on a productivity plan?
Yeah, I think that it's just helpful. I once bought a planner a very long time ago, and it had that at the top of every day. And I found that it was such a peaceful way to start my day, because we kind of open our planner or list and we think like, oh, I have so much to do. But for me, I love the fact that for 1 second before you write any of that down, just thinking about the fact that you are someone who's lucky because you're able to work from home, or, you know, that you're spending extra time with your kids, even though it might be chipping away at a few things you need to do. So, you know, I'm always trying to look at that perspective. And so before you dive into all the stressful stuff that you're kind of like debriefing, I think it's helpful to just, you know, think about that. Like, what's one thing that I am grateful for? And then all these things I have to do.
Okay. Again, all these episodes are on my YouTube channel. If you would like more information from her on that, I am going to put right there. Okay, I just sent that out on the messages, on the message board. That is, did it go up? There it is. That is her tips from working from home. And there's some really good stuff there about setting out your workspace, about dividing up your home and work. About the other thing that was very interesting she talked about was you now have the ability, if you are working from home, to plan according to your schedule and your energy level. So let's say you're just not very good in the morning, but still you would drag your butt to work every morning and not be very productive. Well, now you can plan around that. So maybe you work a little later in the afternoon or into the evening a bit, or you work one day of the weekend and leave a weekday open. So now a lot of people will have that ability. So check it out. I think it is very cool. She's very, very good at what she does, being an efficiency expert. I've spoken to so many different experts, and Harvey is Harvey Deutschendorf out of Edmonton. He is an emotional intelligence expert. Yes, there is such a thing. So we are depending a lot on our emotions to get us through this, and so he is talking to us about. One very important thing is to really share your feelings, because that is a good sign of healthy emotional intelligence.
I mean, we're all feeling fear. I mean, I don't know anybody at this time that hasn't felt some fear. We need to share that, because when we bring something out, we express it openly, like we're feeling some fear. It takes some of the power away that those emotions have over us. And not only that, but it normalizes it, because we also realize that other people are feeling the same thing. So being able to share that, being able to express it, how we're feeling, is one of the ways that we can make it through this. The worst thing we can do is keep things bottled inside and pretend everything's fine, there's nothing wrong, because that only makes it worse. That makes those feelings just boil up inside of us, and it'll even make it worse. So if we can get it out there, talk about it, we're in a much better place.
So here is his list for emotional control. Find time to share your feelings openly. A lot of this sounds like hooey, doesn't it? Or new age stuff. No, this stuff actually is proven to work, and these are not normal times, so you can't act normally. So you need to find time to share your feelings openly. This was really interesting. You need an alone time and place for everyone, including yourself and your kids. Have you ever considered that maybe your kids would like a little alone time? You're planning out their whole day. Maybe they need a place to be and be by themselves. Everyone does. Once a day. We're crammed in together now, right? A group agreement on how we can treat each other. So talk with each other. You know, you hurt me when you say things like that. Well, okay, I'm glad you told me that. Now, again, it sounds like something from a sitcom, doesn't it? But it does work. And then definitely plan time for activity and fun. Don't just let it happen. you sort of have to set aside some time. So I want to thank Harvey for that. Oh, hold on. I'm going to put his website up. Just put this here. And there we go. All right. So I put his website up there. He has some really good advice on his site about emotional intelligence. What are we going to do next? Oh, yes, Winston. That was another very popular segment, and it was also something that was very important for people to know. And it is dealing with grocery.
So, a quick review with Instacart.
Hold on, I'm just gonna come back. Sorry, I pushed that button too soon. Dealing with ordering groceries online is a nightmare for some people. So we got into some interesting discussions here. So he has some ideas about just try and get a little slot with some of the big people or the big stores. It's very, very difficult. Sometimes you have to wait weeks. So he has some ideas around that. But the other thing we also found interesting and what we were talking about is if you can go to the grocery store, you're being asked to go to the grocery store. You're being asked not to order online. There are many, many people, elderly, people who are in danger of immune deficiencies, first responders, healthcare workers. These people can't get to the grocery store like a lot of us can. So if you have the ability, leave the slots for people who need them. I know that you're told to stay home, but the one thing they do say, stay home whenever possible. If you can go and get groceries, if you can go shopping, then please do it and leave the online spots for those who need them. I've talked to even the first responders. They're beside themselves because they've got to spend hours, they're working shift work, and then they have to spend hours standing in a line or just trying to find an online slot. So if you can, please go to the grocery store. Take the proper precautions. Make sure you're washing your hands before, during, and after. Don't touch your face, anything like that. So let's get to Winston talking about online groceries.
So a quick review with Instacart. They're part of the network of large grocery stores that do online delivery. So Instacart serves Loblaws, Walmart, M&M shoppers as well. So you get a nice variety. You have free options as well as options for people with a membership. And they also have kind of delivery minimums as well. So be mindful of that. Instacart.ca. Grocery Gateway is if you want to shop with Longos, time slots refreshed nightly. GroceryGateway.com. Metro has one as well, $11.99 plus HST.
Hold on, Winston.
Is their delivery fee.
Hold on, Winston. I can't keep up with you. Hold on. I'm trying to put these all out here right now.
You're putting them in.
And run the videos. Okay, now Grocery Gateway and then Metro.
And then Metro, $11.99 plus HST. That's their fee. Time slots are added every morning, and you can edit your orders up until 3:59 p.m., and then they'll finalize it for delivery the following day. It allows you to pick from your closest location, so you get the freshest ingredients as well.
Okay, let's talk about, let me just put this one on. Let us talk about the wait times, the crowdsource site.
Yes. So this is a great one. It's COVID-19-waiting-time.thejoin.tech. So you'll put that link in there.
It's on there right now.
Excellent. And what's great about it is it loads all the grocery stores, markets, drugstores in your area, and it gives you an idea as to around how long you can anticipate to wait before getting into the grocery stores. Handy if it's not such a nice day. Pick a good grocery store that the wait time is the least. Points are color coded, so it's great if you can get yourself to the grocery store just to kind of, not deter, but encourage people to get out to the grocery stores if they can.
Bondi Produce.
Yes, bondiproduce.com/home delivery. 3 days a week, they offer delivery. They work with some pretty large restaurants from Buca, Familia Baldassar, great pastas there, greenhouse juices as well. So small businesses that are, of course, doing their best to stay in business. They typically serve restaurants but they're serving people in homes with groceries. So a great way to support local businesses with some pretty awesome restaurant quality ingredients. There's a $150 minimum, but it is good if you want to shop ahead for the week or if you want to go in for delivery with a neighbor, which is a good reminder to check in on your neighbors.
Okay, Grocery. And yes, you heard it right.
Grocery. Yes, Grocery serves Toronto's Asian communities as well as people who are looking for Asian grocery ingredients. So they work with stores from H Mart to Lucky Moose, Pacific Fresh Food Market. Just some of the examples of Asian grocery stores they're partnered with. They charge around $7.99 for a delivery fee as well as a 5% service fee. You can get everything from noodles to fresh and frozen foods, candies, canned goods. You get veggies, fruit, chips, snacks, great Asian snacks like pocky, ramen, all the good stuff as well. And then for the Indian community, Indian and Pakistani community, Apni Roots as one. Delivery is free if you spend over $100. Serves Toronto, Mississauga, and Brampton. And you can also select contactless pickup if you want to drive there and pick it up. You can get some pretty awesome ingredients. They do deliveries in the evenings. So if you get the order in before, what time is it? Before noon, you can get your groceries same day, first come, first served basis for the time slots.
Yeah, Winston, always great advice, always great ideas. And Linda is sending a virtual hug, asking for a family hug. I like that. Family hug right now. We're in this together. We are in this together. And doesn't it suck? Just to, first of all, raising a glass to anybody celebrating today. And it sucks, right? To be celebrating in isolation. It's great. Your loved ones are trying to do their best that they can. But it's still tough. So we want to have all of you, you're sending me hugs. I love it. I think that's fantastic. Hugs to Parker as well. But I want you to send some hugs to these people as well, having to celebrate in isolation. And anytime you have someone who is celebrating anything, whether it's an anniversary, birthday, anything, let me know. And we'll put it on here. So let's celebrate. Isolators. Happy 40th anniversary to Steve and Elaine. They are isolating in Tillsonburg. They are loved from a distance from Stephen, Jacqueline, Karen, Ken, Braden, and all of your family, friends, and pets. Better late than never, Chantel wants to wish her mom, Lisa, a happy birthday. I was supposed to do this Friday when her actual birthday was, but okay, better late than never. She is 53. Chantel says her contagious smile will brighten anyone's day. That's Nancy, and there is her sister and her niece and nephews wishing her a happy birthday from a social distance. Happy 44th birthday from your sister especially, who calls you her best friend for life. I think that's fantastic. If you are celebrating, congratulations, and make the best of it. But by all means, please send in your any of your celebrations to me. You can send it to this email. firstaidforyourmentalhealth@gmail.com, or you can just send it through a messenger on Facebook, or you can tweet it to me. Anyway, just get it to me, firstaidforyourmentalhealth.com. And I should remind you that, let's bring up my name. I am Kevin Frankish. That's in the wrong spot. There we go. And this is Coping with Isolation. We are on episode 37. Can you believe that? Who's been here since the beginning? Who's been here? I want to know who's been here since the beginning. And you're welcome, Lisa. Lisa said thank you very much for that. Who has been here since the beginning? 37 days ago. Kevin, when is your birthday? March 4th. You missed it. Okay, but that's okay. I still take gifts. At any time. All right, I'm off my line up here, right? Oh, we're gonna go to Joy. We're gonna have some Joy. Parker, can you grab me her cookbook there, please? She is so great. Joy McCarthy is a holistic nutritionist, and she also has a website. I'll put that website up right now. Joy's website, which is joyoushealth.com. I'm just going to put that, Command V, there we go. All right. Okay, so here is her cookbook. There we go. The Joyful Cookbook. It's full of incredible recipes with a healthier side to them. So that's really, really important. So let's, I'm just going to take this part just for a quick second. So one thing a lot of people believe in is grazing. And I always thought it was a great idea. But the problem is that when you're grazing, Joy says that in isolation, it may not be the greatest thing. So let's hear what she has.
Yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of grazing because then you really lose the sense of those hunger signals. If you're always eating, you don't actually really have that strong sensation for hunger. You kind of lose that. If you just always have food in your gut, you're just always digesting something. So that's why it's really important to actually allow yourself to get hungry. Because when you're hungry, you have a stronger digestive fire and you will digest your food far better. You're less likely to feel bloated. You are far less likely to overeat when you eat when you're actually hungry, because your brain and your gut are saying, I'm hungry. Then when you're satiated, you're able to identify, okay, I feel almost full, time to stop eating. But if you start eating when you're not even hungry, then you don't have that signaling doesn't happen. So it's really hard to identify you're full, basically.
So why is making mealtime a habit important?
Oh, it's so important. I would say, you need to make mealtime a habit. And when I say make mealtime a habit, I'm talking about even before you sit down to eat, getting in your kitchen and making your food, cooking with a partner or cooking with your children. If you're cooking alone, then cook with some great music. But make mealtime a habit so that 3 distinct times throughout the day you're going to sit down and have a meal at your kitchen table, and keep the kitchen table sacred. Just like we say the bedroom is for sleeping, the kitchen table should be eating. And so not, as much as you can, not bringing snacks and foods or eating in front of the TV. That's not making mealtime sacred. And it's, not a good habit to get into, when you're eating with distraction, because when you're eating watching TV, you're not even going to be aware of those hunger cues. And your gut and your brain are a two-way communication. And so those communication signals get a little muddled when you're distracted because you're watching TV or you're just scrolling through your phone, reading the news, and getting further stressed out about everything that's going on in the world. So make mealtime sacred.
Let's look at that list again. So making mealtime a habit, and she said sacred. So that means no TV. That means enjoying what you're eating together whenever you can. Just simply sharing, talking is important. And eating at the table, not in front of the TV, not at the counter, not over the sink, but eating at the table. And as Joy had said, you have to use the table for what it is for, and that is eating, and that is being together as a family. Okay, let's move on here. I'll just bring it down to here. Of course, one of the important things that we have talked about, in fact, she's been on the show twice now, is Alana McGinn. She is a sleep expert, and I know you have so many questions about sleeping. In fact, we did this interview in bed. So this was the scene from when I was doing the interview in my bed. And don't go by the bare feet. I have bare feet all the time. So she is with goodnightsleepsite.com. She is also the author of This Baby Loves Sleep, and she has her podcast, This Girl Loves Sleep.
So this is a great time. I mean, especially the fact that we're stuck in our homes. But given the season also that we're going into, I always say spring is a great time to give your bedroom a spring clean and really set it up for sleep. Our bedroom really should be for sleep only. So it's really important to develop a positive relationship between sleep and our bedroom and our bed. And a great way to do that is by making sure that when we go into our bedroom, we're just sleeping. So a lot of us, in the winter months, especially now being quarantined in our bedrooms are becoming kind of a catch-all, right? It's becoming our home office, it's becoming our gym, it's becoming our kids' play center. So we really want to clear out that clutter and really just set up that sleep sanctuary. You might even have to go as far as switching out your bed sheets. Evenings are getting warmer now with the warmer months coming in, thank goodness. So just simply, putting on different bedding. You know, if you used your flannels that winter, maybe it's time to put on your spring bedding, maybe changing your thicker duvet for a thinner blanket, anything that's going to help kind of regulate your body temperature a little bit better when you're sleeping. So really set up that sleep space to be as inviting for sleep as possible, because that's going to actually help you fall asleep a lot easier and sleep a lot better.
So auditing your sleep space, taking a look at what is there. Is everything there making you comfortable? Are there a bunch of things on your bed and you're going to sleep anyway? No, get rid of them. You kind of feel crowded, right? A structured sleep schedule. Same time going to sleep, trying to get up at the same time, try not to oversleep. Stepping away from the screens, that's probably one of the most difficult things, right? It really, really is. Away from your phone, your tablet, from the TV. For a couple of hours before you go to sleep. And it has been proven that it does disturb your sleep. I know it's difficult to do. During that segment, I did put up her website. Very interesting advice there. And you can also get that book about getting good sleep for baby. And build time for mindfulness. Because if you can calm your mind down, then you will most likely have a much better sleep at night. Just a second. I hope everybody is enjoying their evening, having a glass of wine, having a beer, having a tea, and just relaxing. Wasn't that great a day for being outside today, but the nicer weather is definitely coming. I remind you as well that I do free commercials for people who still have businesses, small businesses that are running, and you want people to know about it. And our Biz Bump today is for someone local and someone who's definitely in business right now. Hey, not only is this local business still operating, they're also retooling to help make masks. Tally Towels out of King Township is a place you find towels that are not only 75% thinner, but they dry 70% faster and hold 5 times more water. Custom embroidery is also available, to put your kids' names on them so they don't use the other person's towel. Check out their website at tallytowels.com. That's Tally with 2 I's, towels.com. And I love the fact, again, that this is an entrepreneur who started this business, and she is up out of King Township. I think she was on Shark Tank as well. So good luck to them, and good luck to you if you have any business that is still running. Oh, what's this, Mike Robin? You mean our weather is nicer than yours for once? Mike is up in Cochrane, and usually it's always snowing there. So I presume, Mike, did you have a nicer day today up in Cochrane? We had kind of a miserable, cold, rainy kind of day. So yeah, you deserve it. You deserve it. We say hi to all of our northern friends as well. I know a lot of you are watching. In fact, it would be really nice. Oh, and it's not warm here in London, says Jennifer. It'd be nice to know where you're all watching from. Do a little. I don't go into my analytics very much. So where's everybody? Okay, it's not warm here in London. I know Mike is up in Cochrane. So where's everybody watching from? Hey, Kevin Frankish watching from Toronto. Stop it. Parker is adding into the comments again. So where are you watching from? Beautiful day in Cochrane, says Shirley. Ancaster, Ajax, Brampton, Markham, all around the GTA. I know every once in a while we get somebody from the States. Kingston, Oshawa, Kincardine, Scarborough, Thornhill. Look at that. All these places. Innisfil. Timmins. Timmins. Spent a week in Timmins one night. Huh? No. I used to have a friend up in Iroquois Falls, and I used to have to get off the train at Porcus Junction, just outside of Timmins. Coboconk. Yes, Coboconk. Beautiful area. Parker is desperately trying to catch these, but they're going like this, the messages, and he's trying to put as many of your messages on. So Peterborough, in fact, stay with us, Peterborough. We have something special just for you coming up. London, Woodstock, Janetville. Now, is that Janetville? Look, where is Janetville? I've never heard of Janetville. Now, that may be somewhere in somebody's house. I'm not sure. Can you look up Janetville for me, Parker? Let's find out where that is. What is the name of the place making the masks? It is. I'll tell you what. I'm going to put up a graphic. Give me 1 second. tallytowels.com. It's in the Kawartha Lakes, Janetville. Okay, hello to Janetville out in the Kawartha Lakes. There we go, tallytowels.com. You see it has the two I's there. So tallytowels.com. And they do the masks as well. And like I said, they do embroidery. I know it was great. It worked so well with our kids. We got them bath towels with their names embroidered on them. And therefore, it wasn't a matter of someone using the towel that somebody else was supposed to use. All right. So just outside of Lindsay. Okay. Beautiful area. All right. So Tally Towels, take that graphic away. We also did, in fact, we did some meditation as well. Because time after time after time, we've been saying how important it is to be cognitive in the moment, and it really does help. If you can do this once a day, you don't even need that much time. Because Dr. Patricia Rockland has been with us a couple of times now on the show. She is with the Center for Mindfulness Studies, and she's saying you can do it in 3 minutes. If you do it like 2 or 3 times a day, just 3 minutes. I think at some point you can find a place to be alone by yourself and quiet for just 3 minutes. You don't have to do half an hour. You don't have to do an hour. You don't have to go, you don't have to do any of that. It is not as weird as you may think. Meditation is just simply listening to your breath and being in the moment. And it works wonders. So I am inviting everyone right now, stop what you're doing. Just stop what you're doing. Don't click away. But just stop what you're doing and just spend the next few minutes meditating. It's this easy.
Just before I start, remembering that meditation or mindfulness requires that we stop or slow down. It doesn't mean we clear our mind. It's rather that we begin to observe what's present. In fact, the expectation is you're going to have thoughts. All right, so coming into a position that embodies being alert and awake, and closing the eyes if that's comfortable for you, or taking a soft, half open and receptive gaze a few feet in front of you on the floor. Becoming aware of the body sitting, the chest rising, pubic bone descending, softening the jaw, the hands at rest, folded or in the lap, and the feet on the floor if you're sitting. And then turning your attention inward to what is here right now, checking in with current experience. What is here in thinking? What thoughts are around? And what emotions, if any, perhaps naming them? And what bodily sensations are you aware of inside the body and at the surface of the skin? And just taking a few moments to get a handle on your internal landscape. Whatever it is, even if it's unwanted, this is the first step of the 3-minute breathing space. Then the second step is to gather the attention to narrow it to the physical sensations of breathing at the belly, attending to the movement of the breath in the abdomen, the rising of the breath, the expansion of the belly on the in-breath. It's releasing and deflation on the out-breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And then widening the attention now around the breath to any and all sensations in the body, bringing a kind of open monitoring to experience, to sensations as they arise, persist, and pass. Not seeking or scanning, simply open and receptive. Bringing a kind of spaciousness to experience if this is possible. Noticing the movement of attention into thinking, hearing, and coming back to being with body. And now, as we bring this practice to a close, opening the eyes if they've been closed and or widening the gaze, looking around your environment for a moment or so, and then coming back to our virtual space.
Okay, I hope you found a little bit of peace today. I'm going to put up, there is the website for Dr. Rockman, and I have used, and I've said this before in a previous show, that I've used their services. No, I didn't get a discount or anything like that. I've used their services, and it is very much worthwhile. Someone had made a comment there earlier, and I thought that was great. And I'm sorry if I don't know who it was. You know what? Let me see if I can search it out. I'm going to see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. It was from Sean. And Sean, you were so right. There's a great meme that says, look at this dot for 30 seconds. After that, it says, congratulations, you just meditated. Sean is so right, because all meditation is not thinking about the future, not thinking about the past. So you're not worrying about the past. You're not anxious about the future. You're here and now. And that's what meditation is for. It's taking all that stress and anxiety off of you for a few minutes. That's all it is. It's not going to solve everything, but you'd be surprised how it will help you solve things by doing that. Just before we get to our next one, I just wanted to chat with you a little bit about this show. Like I said, I've dedicated to be on every night for isolation. I don't know what the end of isolation is going to look like. I really don't. I don't know when it is. We just found out today that schools are going to remain closed in Ontario at least now until May 31st. I don't know what the end of isolation is going to look like, but I want to keep you company. I want to give you encouragement. I want everyone to share, but I do need your help, because basically I'm putting this show together by myself. So I need some input. So I would like to know what you would like to see. What would help you? What would you like to talk about? Who would you like to see? What other advice would you like? Maybe there's advice we've had before, like you've seen some of the clips from previous shows. That's been very helpful. Let me know. We'll do more of it. I know you really enjoyed Julie Tom, who was a fitness trainer, and I'm going to have her back on this week. She doesn't know that yet. I haven't asked her yet, but I need celebrations. I need, who are you celebrating? I need your businesses, your local businesses, small business, to do the Biz Bump commercial. I don't want to go chasing anyone, and I don't do a Biz Bump unless someone asks me to do it. So send them in to me. Let's put that email address up again. I know it's a long email address, but there are other ways to get in touch with me as well. It's firstaidforyourmentalhealth@gmail.com. firstaidforyourmentalhealth@gmail.com. Or you can use Messenger, or you can get me on Twitter. I'll follow you if you want. If you want a direct message, that's fine. But I would really love your input about what you'd like to see. Not just in the messages off to the side. I don't get a chance to see all of them. But I want to get what you want to hear and what you want to talk about. Remember, we want to try and remain positive. That's what I want. I don't want any complaining. I don't want any bad news. So whatever you can suggest to help me out, I would love it. If you want to be a panelist, I haven't had an isolators panel for a while. I would love for you to come and join me. It's very easy. You just need to be able to download Skype. That's it. We'll talk you through it. So all those things, celebrations, your business. Do you want to be an isolator on the isolator panel? And it's fun. We just talk. We just chat. Any of these things, let me know at this email or any other way that you can get in touch with me. You see me walking down Bay Street, say, hey, Kev, why don't you have something on about blah, blah, blah? All right? Because I really do enjoy doing the show. I really enjoy the thing that's the most enjoyable is sitting here talking with you, is sitting here chatting with you, knowing that there are other people out there right now who are going through the same thing I am and the same thing each other is. So this is wonderful. It truly is a labor of love. So keep that in mind if you could. Okay, let's get on to our the next item I wanted to talk about. And this YouTube video that we did a feature on just a couple of weeks ago. It was all aimed at raising money and awareness for college students, put out by Fleming College in Peterborough, using all local musicians, using a Blue Rodeo song. And I had a great chance to find out more about this, and I'm going to put the address that you can donate to help students and find out what the need is for it, because there's been so many wonderful people doing wonderful things. These are three of the people behind this incredible project, and they all join us from Peterborough. Michael Hercombe, the video's director, musician Melissa Payne, co-producer, and president of Fleming College, Maureen Adamson. Hello to all of you. Thank you for joining me.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
My mind is still boggled. I'm going to start with you, Michael, about how you can put something like this together. And as you answer that, I'm going to run a bit of the video, and then I'm going to pan across. I'm going to zoom in.
Okay.
And I'm going to pan across some of the locations people were actually shooting from. But what is it like to put 20 people together who aren't together?
It was a really fun challenge. It was the kind of thing when it first started out, we were trying to think of different ways we could do this. Fleming had approached me about it, and we pitched some ideas around. I knew Melissa was going to get on board to help get musicians together. We nailed down the song and then really just gave ourselves a short window to put it together. We started out knowing that we would do Lost together. We got James McKenty to record the backing track. We sent that out to the musicians and gave them a little bit of guidance, but really what we were going to get was going to be a surprise. And they were recording in bedrooms and kitchens and in a few studios and all over the place in Peterborough. It was great.
Yeah, I'm looking here. It looks like a garage, a garage, like you say, offices, a weight room. I love this. This is fantastic. Now, Melissa, you not only are a musician, and by the way, congratulations, Melissa, on your album, which is released just in time to have a party, a release party, Darker Than Your Dark. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell me about your role in this.
So I was contacted by someone who works for Marine, Sarah Burness, and she contacted me and said, "Do you want to be part of this?" I'm like, well, my whole tour in every show I've had is now canceled. So I'm just trying to keep myself busy. So yes, for sure. So I just contacted a group of musicians, and then we had to track down the song. So we chose Lost together, and I said, I'll just try to see if Greg Keeler's available. So I contacted him as well, and everyone was so on board because it's just Peterborough. We just all dive in to a new project.
This is very true. If folks don't know much about Peterborough, if you've never been there, it is a city that just sticks together through everything, and it really is a testament to Peterborough. It's also a testament. I could not believe the amount of talent in the Kawarthas.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, Marina, I'm going to bring you in on this now. Tell me a little bit about the need for raising money for students, because there's a lot of things people don't think about when it comes to students?
Yeah, so our students, we have a lot of international students who can't go home. We have a lot of students who couldn't complete their year. They're not going to have summer jobs. And a lot of our students are actually frontline health workers eventually. So this was really about also our local musicians. Fleming College is a college of applied arts and technology, and sometimes we forget the arts. So it was also about making sure that we had our local talent part of helping people be less scared. And they're hard hit too. So it was for all of that.
And let's remind people as well, they can actually donate even right now. And that's what the video's about. Go to flemingcollege.ca. Okay, so I want to put that address up. Here we go. We're back live, by the way, folks. Yeah. Let's see. This is the address to donate to Fleming College, but I know that a number of other colleges are in the same boat, same universities. So please, if you can, spare a little thought for students. So I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for being with me these 37 days, and we may have 37 more days to go. I don't know, but we're all going to be here together. We're going to get through this together. Think about this. We are living through history. We are living through a time that will be remembered for a long, long, long time to come. We are living literally through a history lesson. You're going to be able to tell your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren about this, and that you lived through this. This has never happened before. I mean, pandemics have happened before, but not to this extent, not to the massiveness that this one has taken over the entire world and pretty well shut us down. And you are living through it, and you're going to get through it. You are. And at the end, let's all get a t-shirt saying, I survived isolation. But in order to do that, we got to get through these next few weeks together, right? And we are going to. I don't care how few people are watching. This show is not about ratings, okay, or how many people are watching. In fact, you know what? A lot of you haven't watched. That's great. I'm glad. But it doesn't matter, because all of the individuals out there, we need each other, and we're going to be here for each other. So I know you want to see that video, right? I'm going to leave you with that video tonight, and we will see you tomorrow. So don't forget, take care of yourself and take care of each other. That's when you run the videos. It was dramatic. That was a dramatic pause. See, I was supposed to be dramatic there, and it was like, take care of yourself and take care of each other. And then I was like, stare. Oh, never mind. I'll let the song play.
Strange and beautiful are the stars tonight that dance around your head. In your eyes I see that perfect world. I hope that doesn't sound too weird. I want all the world to know your love's all I need, all that I need. And if we're all apart, then we are lost together.
at night. I listen only to your breath. And in that second of a shooting star, somehow it all makes sense.
I want all the world to know that your love's all I need, all that I need. And if we're lost, then we are lost together.
We are lost together.
COVID-19, why you do this to me? I really don't like being stuck in quarantine. I have no toilet paper, I don't even have a snack.